Hey, what's up? This is Joshua, Daily Video Blog. I'm going to try something a little bit weird here. I've just spent the last 3 to 5 minutes trying to come up with an idea of what to talk about. And the longer I think about it, the less productive that particular strategy becomes. So I've decided instead we're just going to hit record and I will think about what to talk about in that exact moment. The big thing on my mind lately is about mistakes in client work and how to avoid them. So for example, last night I was working on a deck and I had the client's name spelled wrong on the creative deck, which is terrible. Thankfully, it never got in front of them, so it's not the end of the world. But it very easily could have gotten in front of them if the account person hadn't noticed it. And one of the problems with this is a couple things. One, I didn't spell check it, and then two, I didn't copy and paste in all the type. Nor did I have the freelancer who was helping yesterday have him do the same strategy. And a long time ago, or not that long, 3 or 4 years ago, one of the biggest, most embarrassing mistakes I ever made was that I typed in an artist's name on a poster. So one of their images was like a kind of central image on this poster, and I typed his name in, and honestly I typed it in as kind of an FPO deal. So the idea being I would put the real name in later, and I just went off what my memory of the name was, and I can't even remember either of those now. And that went through multiple proofs with the client, who never noticed it and never saw that not only was it the wrong name, it was the name I had made up. And so it got printed like that. So if you imagine you're an artist and you're in a group show, so you're already sort of like subjugated within a larger environment, and you get the poster back, and how excited are you that your image is on the poster? And then you look at the credit and your name is wrong. Not even a typo, it is straight up like your first name with a different last name. How bad does that suck? And how disappointing is that? And as a curator of the show, the marketing department, how disappointing is it that that happened? Now, I can pull out the bullshit excuse of, this was proofed by the client 3 times, it is not my fault. Except that I'm the jackass that didn't take 10 seconds to go into the press release or into the copy and pull out the right image, and pull out the right credits and copy and paste them in. I'm the jackass who just typed it in based on what I thought it was, with the idea that I'll just quickly put this in now and then we'll update it later, or we'll fix it later. A mistake that did not necessarily cost me money, but it had a damaging effect on my reputation, damaging effect on the client's reputation. It must have been super disappointing for that artist. And so this is the same sort of mistake that I made, or I didn't make, but I let fly, which is that a really simple strategy to avoid making stupid mistakes in design work is always copy and paste your type from somewhere else. Make the client supply the type. One, this will cut down on you making mistakes for your client by typing things in. And then two, it will, so one, you will cut down on actual mistakes that you were capable of making. Thus making you look better, making your client look better, making everything beautiful. And then two, this will cut down on your liability for actual mistakes. Because let's say it's a proper noun and you don't know what the spelling of that person's name is. As far as you know, it's correct, and it turns out it was a typo, but you copied and pasted it from client supplied type. It takes you off the hook for it. And as everyone knows, everything always has typos, but wouldn't it be great if that was not your fault and you had done everything to mitigate the possibility of them coming through? So that's a big lesson. And then I think the other one that comes through is to actually read the things that you design, not skim them over, and definitely not skim them over looking for typos. Like, actually sit down, put yourself in the position of the client, and actually read the book, read every word on the poster. Yeah, some of it will still be invisible because you've been staring at it for days, but I find that really simply, if you just change the context of the thing you're looking at, so you're designing a poster, and you've been looking at it on screen for a while, it can be as simple as printing it out and sitting down on the couch makes mistakes jump right out, or hanging it up. I think it's one of the most sort of valuable ways of figuring out stuff. Or make all the type temporarily bigger or smaller, something that recontextualizes everything and makes it fresh again. So apparently today we're going to talk about design related stuff and making mistakes on your client's dime, and that's that. Thanks a lot.